How do you bounce back from the Detroit game? How does that not shake confidence of some players? You're a veteran, you know it, you've been there. Do you have to talk to some of your teammates and say, hey, look at the body of work we put together before that game?
No, I think it's something that they know. Coaches talk to us about it as well. I think in that game we had a lot of opportunities to make that ball game a different ball game than what it was, and we just didn't execute. And those are things that we can control. That's why we're still confident in ourselves. You control what you can control, and those some of the things that didn't go right was in our control. So we're confident, and we're still confident in ourselves. We get to see a team that we lost to earlier in the year and kind of see them again and like a little revenge, and then focus on 1 week. But after that, you know where you're back at. So, but most importantly, taking one week at a time and knowing that hey, just because that was the result on this past Sunday doesn't mean anything. We're in a new season. It's a lot of ball ahead of us.
So do you look at it as more like you guys beat yourselves versus you were beat by the Lions?
No, because the Lions did play some good ball as well. It goes hand in hand, and they end up winning the game. They got the best of us, and that's something we got to go back and look at, which we did, and make corrections, which we have, and learn from it, move on. But harness that feeling, that environment that we were in, the atmosphere, that playoff-like feeling, and so it's things that you can take from that game and learn from.
Your first two drives against Los Angeles, the first game, were pretty flawless, and then things slowed down after that. Do you know why? What the difference was?
Again, things that we can control. I think we had 2 penalties on the next drive, set us back down in distance, and it's hard to overcome those sometimes, especially when you're getting two in the same course of same course of a set of downs. It's tough to overcome, but we've done it before, and hopefully we're not in that position, and we won't have to do it again. But if we are, we'll get it done.
Aaron, when you look at that atmosphere you talked about, a playoff atmosphere, without the pressure of you lose, it's over. How beneficial can that be to this club, that you were exposed to that you were in a situation that was as close to a playoff game as possible to help you guys prepare for what you're going to encounter on Monday night?
Definitely, that's kind of what I was hitting on. What we can take from last Sunday's game, just kind of the atmosphere, what is the emotions of the game, what the stadium is like, how loud it is, how great our communication has to be when the stadium is loud. It was a lot of learning lessons that we can take, and I feel we're confident that we took that game, we harnessed it, we learned from it. We went in knowing, hey, like, this is a playoff-like atmosphere, playoff-like game, and it wasn't just this game. It was the game before that and the game before that as well. I believe when we played Atlanta, I think they had to win the rest of their games to get in. So it was from Atlanta on that we've been kind of playing playoff football.
Does the fire situation and the game possibly being moved, what kind of effect does that have on the team?
First, I'd like to send my condolences to everybody out in California, sending prayers to your family, your loved ones. It's unfortunate what's going on. In my opinion, there's so much going on. You got people evacuating. That's over 30,000. I feel like it'd be hard to kind of take first responders away from those people. But yeah, I'm a player. I don't make the decisions. So wherever they say we play, I tie my cleats up, put my pads on, be ready to play.
It's a road game. It's a road game, right?
Yes, sir, 100%.
Experience, how important are playoff games to things like careers and legacies and sort of what you're remembered by?
Playoff games are super important. I feel like that's not to say the season isn't the real games, but this is when everybody's tuned in, antennas are up, you're getting high level of ball all across the board. Not just from your team, but the team across from you as well. It's like everything's turned up a notch. Hyper focused, everything. So it's a great time to be playing. This is if you're in the NFL, this is what you really work for, is to get to the second season and ultimately win a Super Bowl.
What's it been like getting to know Daniel Jones just over the past month? I don't know how much.
It's been a lot of fun. The first day he came in, I might have been the first one to shake his hand. I was like, man, this dude's pretty big. But no, just getting to interact with him, talk to him, learn a little bit about him, where he's from, things he likes to do, sharing the same things, and just welcome him to our brotherhood that we have here. It's been great to have him here.
There's a good assortment of guys who do have playoff experience, and then on the other side there's some guys that don't have any yet. How do you guys that have experienced what it is like in the win or else situation without like playing too tight or too stressed?
Definitely just kind of echoed that the last couple games that we played in have been playoff-like atmosphere. It's not the winning, move on, or whatever, the other side of that. I'm not going to say that because not superstitious, but so you harness those feelings, and then you also have to tell these guys, like, who haven't been in that situation, hey, the guy across from you is going to be, and especially if it's a guy across from you who's been in the playoffs, they're going to be a little more, they're going to be dialed in, they're going to be a little more amped, a little more juice. Everything's a little added in the playoffs, and you really get everybody's best.
There was this moment Sunday night, like at the end, where you got the offense kind of together. What did you say then?
I just told them that this isn't the end. We got a lot of ball left, a lot of ball ahead of us. I don't want to see anybody's heads down. I said we'll be right back in this place in 2 weeks, and we'll get to redeem ourselves. And I think that kind of got everybody up a little bit, and they're like kind of antennas up, ears perked back, and but you know, it wasn't for a lack of effort out there on Sunday, and I could see everybody still straining to the last minute, and that was just one of the things I wanted to share with them. And then I also told them all that I love them, and we're gonna be good from here.
Has the running game, specifically in the red zone, been kind of a point of emphasis?
Just getting the ball across the goal line has kind of been the emphasis. I feel like not this past week, but the previous weeks we had been pretty good on third down and specifically the red zone, and that's kind of what was kind of one of our strengths, I would say. So kind of just getting back to that, finding out it doesn't matter if it's a run, a pass, a play action, a jet sweep, whatever it may be, straining, all 11 straining to get the job done where we get in the end zone. You know, because you get so close, you get down to the 3-yard line, 4-yard line, 5-yard line. Though that can be the difference in the game, field goals versus touchdowns. So, I mean, you know, you settle for a field goal here and there, but you don't want to settle for too many. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.